This really comes down to, at some point, I don't know when it happened, I don't know if any of us know when it happened, but at some point, when we started our support model and we started our internet stuff and we started putting documents out there, people got, I don't know, maybe they tried it once, maybe they tried to search for something once, maybe they clicked on help and couldn't really find what they were looking for. But what they have learned over time, what we've taught them, is that you can't trust the online tools to help you. Because you don't have a whole lot of opportunity to get that right. You see what I mean? If it's not right on day one, and day one is the first time they try. If it's not right the first time that they try, then that's actually where you're going to have to bring training in. Do you see? If you just decided to roll it out, you tried one support model and now you're going back and you say, oh yeah, we're going to do what Tiffany said. You're going to have a campaign around that, because there is no trust that they're going to find what they're looking for. So just remember, if you buy into this, you can't just roll this out and people will come. No, you've already lost them, because all they know to do is call the person that they do trust, who has proven to have the answer. So for example, with one of my clients, I was the old WSS version 2 administrator. Basically, if you wanted a site, you had to go through me. And so I would do the approvals and all of that. Well, we've been off of this old environment and I've gone into a different role in the organization with the new MOS, but I will still, every once in a while, just every once in a while, because we're doing a waived approach, I'll still have people call and my name is still the name that's associated with SharePoint in the organization, because they trust me. So how do I handle that, right? Because I certainly don't want them calling me. So how do I handle that? Well, when they call up, it's the desperation in their voice, isn't it? I mean, it's hard not to be human, right? Can you help me with a SharePoint question? And I say, well, I mean, we have actually a very competent group of people that we hired especially to handle the old SharePoint questions, but you've got me on the phone. I answered the phone, so you've got me going, go ahead. But what I'm doing is I'm telling them it's not okay to call me again. You see? You called me this time. I'm educating you about the process of where you're supposed to go the next time, but you've got me on the phone, and I want you to still trust me. I just want you to get on the bus and move over. That's what I want you to do. We've changed, right? But you're gonna hang on. That's okay. All right. Oh, Mr. Clippin. Okay, so here's the thing about Mr. Clippin. I used to travel around the country for Microsoft doing their tips and tricks team for Office 2003 tips and tricks. Like every single session, at least 1 or 2 questions were around, where did Mr. Clippin go and can I get him back? But the real question was, and where's the bouncy ball? Or where's the dog? Right, But you see, a cartoon it's an avatar. As much as we, the techie types, were like, and you're being of no help at all, Mr. Clippy. Oh, and he would creep me out too, right? Because he would animate, and he's like, hey baby, can I help you? I'm like, ew, you were inanimate and you were winking at me, and it's kind of working. So yeah, he just creeped me right the heck out. But people loved him because he mimicked social interaction. So in Office 2007, when I went around the country for Microsoft delivering tips and tricks events, of course, to get the easy laugh, I would say, and I am happy to report that Mr. Clippin died in a fiery bus crash on the way over to 2007. Yay! But the reality is we've got to replace him with something, right? He's not here in 2007, he's not here in 2010, and I guarantee you, if you're not replacing social interaction in your help system, then probably 2007 was tough for you. That was probably a tough rollout for you if you didn't have a replacement for this. So what mimics social interaction? Things where I'm actually interacting with a person. So discussion boards are good with that. Blogs, just little fields that you have inside of your document libraries. Modified by author, the page contact web part on your publishing pages. You know, don't skip that stuff, guys. It's important because when I get to a page, if the page doesn't answer my question, I no longer trust the online tools. But if I get to a page and it doesn't answer my question and I have the ability to call somebody else, now I find out what's wrong with that page and I'm able to fix it for the next person who goes to the page. You can't take the human out of support because of the support model. That is the support model. Client freaks out, client calls someone. And it's not just happening at work. Oh my gosh. So, my dog. Okay, here, look. Because you need to see a puppy face with a name. Oh, look, Sammy! Oh, Sammy was like, I woke up one morning and he'd thrown up all over the bed. Nice, thanks. So, but then he kept throwing up and I was really upset. Client freaks out. So what did I do? I called my vet. You can't, when you're talking about changing corporate culture, don't try to change human nature. That's a little too much, right? Change corporate culture, don't change human nature. Work with human nature, exploit human nature. Grind it in a pumice and do stuff with it.